Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The firm only transacts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability.
Welcome to Navigating Retirement with Rick Durkee.
Thank you for joining us today for episode 5 on our 5-part series, Understanding Annuities, here on Navigating Retirement. Today, I want to talk about the different uses of annuities and how they might be structured into your retirement income plan. But before we get started today, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share this episode and past episodes of Navigating Retirement. So today I want to talk about what are the uses of annuities. And we remember from earlier episodes that annuities can be somewhat complex. We want to look at the top benefits of annuities again: income during retirement, principal protection, and also the potential to create a legacy for your loved ones. Now, there's some extra financial planning reasons that people might use annuities. Maybe we might want to use an annuity for a conversion of an IRA to a Roth IRA. Maybe an insurance company gives us that opportunity to be able to use annuities with some guarantees that will create future tax-free income for us in a Roth annuity. Secondly, a lot of times here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group, we have people come in that have IRAs. Maybe it's too late to convert to a Roth and create tax-free income with that IRA, but we want to make sure that that income that's coming to us from our required minimum distributions isn't going to run out in our lifetime, right? So required minimum distributions come to us in our IRAs, and that's part of our retirement income plan. And as time goes on, that investment IRA could run out of money. Well, the good thing is that we're not going to have any more required minimum distributions coming out of it. And the good thing is we won't be paying any taxes on that money anymore. But the bad thing is we ran out of money in retirement. So we might want to protect that RMD so that it lasts as long as we live or our spouses live. And that's another use why we feel at the Coastal Financial Planning Group that annuities for a portion of your assets in retirement may be a useful tool. So here's what annuities don't do. They simply don't keep up with investments over time as far as the growth of your assets. Why? Because they're income products. They're developed to be income products. And if we look at it from a standpoint of cost to the insurance companies, there's costs involved with creating those guarantees for income that make sure that longevity risk doesn't step in and your money runs out before you die. So we have to look at, as we mentioned earlier, the fees for those costs for those guarantees inside of annuities and decide, are they worth it for us to have income guarantees, income during our retirement years, and have that structured so that we know that it doesn't run out if we live a good, long, healthy life. So if annuities aren't going to be that long-term growth or market-based investment growth for you, where do you pick that up? If you got all your money in an annuity, certainly you couldn't, because it offers the principal protection and you're not going to have that growth potential. Remember income allocation. That's a tool that we've always used here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group. That means you take a portion of your money and you put it in annuities to fill income gaps, and then the remaining portion goes into investments, and those investments are protected depending on your risk tolerance and when you plan on using that money, so you can dip into that pool of money when you want to take that trip around the world or whatever you'd want to do in retirement. So it's a rule of thumb that between 3 to 6 months of living expenses should be set aside for liquidity. Okay, that's during our working years. In retirement, typically we see about $25,000 to $50,000 set aside in that bank account for easy access. Then we look at next having your income allocation for retirement. So we decide how much money needs to create the income streams that we have. Maybe we have Social Security. We also have our pensions. If we don't have pensions, we've set up annuity payments to provide that stream of income to cover our expenses. And then we have the excess money to invest in the market and we put that into growth-based investments so that it has a long time horizon and can be available for us maybe at future points in our retirement. So we have a great blend that way of using different financial vehicles depending on how and when we want to use our money. Remember, we said that in the first episode. So no step is less important than the others, but you should address these in that order. Liquidity bucket, secondly, income bucket, and thirdly, our extra money that we put into the market at risk, depending on how much risk that we want. So that is a quick discussion of how we set up retirement income plans at the Coastal Financial Planning Group. Remember now, as we've continued through this 5-part series, that there are good and bad qualities in every financial product out there. The thing that we need to make sure is that we're choosing the right financial products that accomplish the goals of what we want and need our money to do. Annuities are one of those many options. They do provide predictability for either growth or for income. And as part of any comprehensive financial plan and planning for retirement, annuities can play a very important role. Thanks for joining us for this series on understanding annuities. We'll look forward to having you back on future episodes of Navigating Retirement.
Catch more of Rick Durkee and Navigating Retirement by visiting cfpgroup.biz.
While we believe the information in this broadcast is reliable, we cannot guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decisions. Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.
Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities.
Third-party rankings and recognitions for rating services and
clients are
publications do not
charged a
guarantee
fee for
future
asset
investment
management,
success.
while
Working with a
insurance
highly rated
products
advisor
may
also
result
does
in
not ensure that
conflict of
clients or
interest
prospects will experience a higher level of performance. These ratings should not be viewed as an endorsement of the advisor by any client and do not represent any specific client's evaluation. Generally, ratings, rankings, and recognition are based on information provided by the advisor. Please contact the advisor for more information regarding how these rankings and ratings were formulated.